Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. The Minister of Tourism, Edmund Bartlett, has pledged to facilitate the expansion of the tourism workers' pension scheme to the region. While speaking at a conference held by the Insurance Association of the Caribbean, Mr. Bartlett says he's calling for more discussions surrounding increased insurance offerings for workers.
That it is my intention to drive this tourism workers' pension plan across the Caribbean so that every single worker in tourism, all that 2.3 million that I predict to happen by 2024, would become members of this pension plan and would be able to generate perhaps the largest pool of domestic savings in the history possibly of the Caribbean.
He also encouraged the formulation of more products to help employees in the sector protect themselves and their assets at an affordable cost.
Agriculture and tourism are the most two vulnerable industries to climate action, but they also are characterized by having 60 to 7% of their workforce being at the lowest end of the employment stream. And therefore, when disruptions hit those workers, they are among the last to recover, if at all. How do we find a tool? How do we, together, knock our heads and find a tool to offer that peace of mind?
The Tourism Workers' Pension Scheme was officially introduced in January 2022. As at March this year, the Ministry of Tourism said close to 10,000 hospitality workers are contributing to the scheme, with approximately $400 million in contributions to that point. The government also backed the fund with a contribution of almost $1 billion. It's estimated that output in the agriculture, forestry and fisheries industry declined in the first quarter of the year. The Director General of the Planning Institute of Jamaica, TVJ, Dr. Wayne Henry, says the 7.6% dip was mainly due to drought conditions.
This resulted in a decline in productivity as reflected in lower output per hectare, as well as a delay in planting of crops, which contributed to a decline in hectares reaped for domestic crops. All parishes recorded a contraction in hectares reaped, with the exception of Portland and Clarendon. The other agricultural crops group was estimated to have contracted by 9.6%, reflecting lower production in all 9 crop groups as a result of a decline in hectares reaped and crop yields. The most significant declines were recorded for potatoes, down 23.3%, legumes, down 16%, and cereals down 14.4%.
The production of traditional export crops fell by an estimated 1.4%.
Lower output for bananas down 3.9% and cocoa down 30.3%. Animal farming was estimated to have grown by 2.8%, mainly reflecting the increased production of broiler meat, up 1.9%, and eggs, up 7.4%.
Let's head to the foreign currency market now. The US dollar is being sold for an average $155.63. $115.69 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. The average cost for the pound is $193.36, while the average selling rate for the euro is $168.73. Meanwhile, the JSE index gained 866 points today, while the junior market index increased by 47 points. Among the 48 winners were Caribbean Cream, Blue Power Group, Iron Rock Insurance Company, Trans Jamaican Highway US dollar shares, and General Accident Insurance Jamaica. The 39 decliners included ISP Finance Services, JMB Group 7.25% shares, KLE Group, Cygnus Real Estate Financial Jamaican dollar shares, and Key Insurance Company, 21 stocks traded firm. And that's the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.